Yes, we understand that they really matter. Listen, the way you think, the way you are, how you've developed, what you do, how you participate, how you sow unto us, how you believe in us, how you share the information that we give you. Listen, it really counts. Yes, it really matters. As a matter of fact, it really matters. Thank you for your energy. We know that energy and mass are interconnected, which ties in directly to matter. Therefore, your energy really matters. Thank you so much. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your energy, your positive energy, your love. Yeah. See, we do this because of you. So you really matter. We're not just out here doing something just because we just feel big and bad enough to do something. But we thank you that all that we do, we have you in mind. Oh, come on in and feel that. Come on in and share this energy, this prize with us. We want you to know that you are important to us. We talk about you. We contemplate about you. We reason about you. When we're studying and preparing this information, guess what? You really matter. We think about you. It's about a collective. It's about us. FUBU. For us, by us. That's right. So we know that you really matter because you have spread the news. You have shared the feeds. You talk to people about what's going down in the truth session every week. Not only that, you're also sharing information about Wind Down Wednesday. That's right. Therapy with the sip, where grown folk have conversations. And last night, oh my goodness, turning a moment into a movement was off the charts, off the chain, off the cloud, off the cuff, off the Richter scale. That's right, with Jake Love and her panel. And of course, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander was a part of the panel. And listen, it was enlightening. And so we appreciate you all, those of you who are able to dial in and lend your ears and your thoughts, your comments. Thank you. But we're back here once again in another truth session. And we've been talking about some very, very powerful truths. Last week we talked about the quantum principle and carbon-12 connection. And I'm still in that same vein, but I titled it this week, The Brain is a Quantum Carbon Energy Time System. And you all, excuse me, of course here in South Carolina, the weather is up, down, so I know you can hear my sinuses draining, but you know, we're gonna get through this. All is well. As they play, listen, give me a quick second here. Everybody, excuse me for 1 second. Come on into the truth session. This is the truth session for all. It's made way up. Thoughts won't be when you won't be kind. Come on.
Come on in.
Yes, sir. Prince of Peace.
Got some information to share with you. Come on in now. We have an answer. We have an answer for you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is the truth session.
Listen, why don't you go ahead and hit that share button? Come on and hit that share button early. Go ahead and take an opportunity as we're doing here in Truth Session. Give you an opportunity to dial in. And I'm not going to be before you long today. I want to drop something else on you that just kind of bring this all in because we've talked about so many different concepts. So I want to hit you fast, hit you hard, and get you up out of here today. Listen, before I go any further, I want you to know that on next week, I'm going to be out on location, so we will not have the Truth Session next Saturday. Just to give you a heads up, so if you've got plans or you plan to make some plans, you've got that information ahead of time. That's on next Saturday. And I will remind you throughout the week, put a notice out there to remind you that we won't have the Truth Session next Saturday. I will be out on location. Let me go ahead and greet you formally. Shalom Aleichem. Assalamu Alaikum. Enhotep. Abaragani. Amani Kaka. Amani Dada. Hola. Bonjour. Konnichiwa. Oh, come on in. That's right. You're conversing with the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. Coming at you live again, living in color with 2,400 watts of power in this hour. Oh, come on. Let me go ahead and send this out a few more shares and listen, we're going to get started. We're going to jump right into this.
Have you been looking, pondering, researching, digging, asking everyone? Have you been researching again for the facts, for the matter of fact,
Come on.
for the truth, the unknown and the truth with no spin on, truth with no spin on, truth with no spin on. Have you been looking? Have you been wondering? Why you searching? Well, you come into the place. This is the place. Where you can get truth. Nothing but the truth. See, we want to help the truth of the truth, and truth out the truth. Facts and not opinion. Not anyone's conviction.
Come on.
No more dogma.
Yes, sir.
Man's tradition. But it's truth. Free is the only thing that makes us free. Truth. Free is the only thing that makes us free. Truth. Free is the only thing that makes us free. Truth. The only thing that makes us free is truth. Come on. Truth. Come on. Come on in and get yourself some truth. Get truth for mama, truth for daddy,
Come on, talk to him.
truth for auntie, truth for uncle, truth for yourself, truth for yesterday, truth for today, truth for tomorrow. Truth.
All right, here we go. Once again, we're talking about the brain being a quantum, carbon, energy and time system. And if you go back to the previous truth sessions, we've talked about that. We've connected the quantum principles. We've connected carbon 12. We've been talking about that recently. We've been talking about energy and also connecting it to time. We've been talking about the discontinuity of time. How we're not on this conveyor belt, on this linear motion, trying to get somewhere. That there are times we've got to leap all the way to the end to see how to position ourselves in our current situation. Or there are times we have to go back in time and come back to present time frame now. Palagenesia. We've connected so many dots. We've put so many different thoughts and concepts out there. And you can see how they all tie in, how they connect, how they form a picture, how you get the greatest and best line of fit. Oh, let me go to the board. I wasn't expecting to do that right away, but I just said something that I need you to see. We do this in mathematics, dealing with the best line of fit. And I just want to quickly give you this diagram so that you can see it. This is our X and Y axis. Show you what we do. Just to kind of give you a quick picture on how things come together.
How they come together. How they come together. Let's see how they come together now. Don't you want to know how they come together? I need to know how it comes together. Show us how it comes together now.
And I don't know if you can see this, but we want to show you how this comes together. We're going to darken this, make the dots a little larger, because I want to drum this home and show you what we do here in the truth session with this information. And it's very pivotal and important to where I'm going and where I have been going all this time. Now, what we do is make correlations or analysis on information. And as I said, we've been talking about quantum principles, time, energy. It's very important. Carbon 12. Talking about the electrons, the protons, the neutrons. We are made up of carbon. That's right, our carbon 12 base. The protons, the neutrons have the same numbers. 6. That's right, our protons and our neutrons. And so we got into talking about 666, how that was really talking about protons, electrons, neutrons. It was talking about our makeup. Not atom, but atom. So that's the atom, the powerful entity, its makeup. So here's what we've been doing here in the truth session. We've been placing information on different levels, time on different levels, showing you discontinuity, showing you jump, showing you removable. You remember those concepts. Infinity, and the very important one, the essence of what we've been talking about, essential. So all these represent us trending in a certain direction. Now when it comes to graphs and plots, you can either be trending negatively in a strong manner, you can be trending negatively in a weak manner. You can be trending positively in a strong manner, or you can be trending in a positive manner, but very weak. If you look at this diagram, you and I can tell that it's actually trending upward. That's a positive correlation. Anything that's rising to the right represents something positive. So if I take a line and draw it through this information, you can look at this and see that it's actually trending in a positive direction. That's what we've been doing. We've been giving you information that's trending in a positive direction. But when we bring it all back together, guess what we created? We create this line right here. So I have some of the dots at the bottom, some at the top. So it's an even flow. Guess what that line is called? A line of best fit. In math, it's called a line of best fit. So what we're doing is giving you information and allowing you to draw your line of best fit. How does it fit in your life? How does it connect? How are we connecting the dots for you? It's a line of best fit. Now, there are times when information might be thrown out here. Maybe up here. Guess what? We don't include it because they're outliers. We don't include that in our data, in our trend, because it would throw the data off. Sometimes there are going to be anomalies. You got to throw that mess out. You just got to toss it. Like, well, everything was trending in a positive direction. All of a sudden something happened. We got data over here and over there. Don't ever let that data determine the direction that you're going in or should be going in, because there will be anomalies. You've got to take them and X them out of the equation or your data will be off. And I'm going to give you an example. What if you were in a classroom with students? Let's say they're 15 years old, 14 years old. All of a sudden, a student enrolled and that student was 4. If you include that 4-year-old in the data with the 15-year-old or 14-year-old, it's going to throw your average data off. So 14, 15, you might get 14 and a half as an average number. Or you may trend more with 14. If you include that data with that outlier point for a child that's 4 years old in the class with 14 and 15-year-olds, it's going to throw off your average. You got to get rid of it. So get rid of those things that might have happened out of the blue, so to speak. Appear to be trending in a different direction. Sometimes people try to throw a monkey wrench in what you're doing. Include some data, some thoughts. May say something and dangle it out there. I know you know some people like that, where you're doing something positively and then they say something negative about it. Or say what they thought or what they heard. And it has nothing to do with anything to get you to bite. But we're trending here. We're trending here in a truth session with quantum principles, mathematical principles, energy, time, carbon-12. It's our makeup. Oh, come on, talk to me, somebody. That's where we're going. Line of best fit. So I need you to draw your line of best fit today. Even if you have to go back and get some of that information, draw your line of best fit. It's working for you. Yeah. Some things maybe appear to be far-fetched. Toss it out. Analyze it. Study it. Make the correlation. This is a strong positive correlation. If the numbers were scattered all over the place, if your thoughts were scattered, if the information we bring you was just scattered all over the place, it would have a correlation or an analysis. Yeah, it's working for you because you have to draw your line of best fit, and you'll see this does fit my life. The truth session does fit in my life. Come on, somebody. It's where I belong. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm drawing my line of best fit. I'm marking them and drawing the line. Oh, my goodness. I see you, the one. I see you in the house. Yeah. Hashtag line of best fit. Hashtag outliers. Hashtag carbon. Come on, talk to me. Up in here. The line of best fit. Wow. Yeah.
It's working for you.
Shout out to J Love, turning a moment into a movement podcast. Yes, the one.
It's working for you. It's working for you. Draw your line.
Carbon,
Draw your
quantum math, quantum mechanics. Oh, energy, time. That's what you're seeing up here. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the jump, discontinuity. I'm bringing it all together for us. I'm sure you how the brain works. The jump, the removal. We're removing certain pieces and we're continuing from where we left off. We're not including it. That's called the removable. Then we deal with the infinity where it appears that everything is out of control, but yet it's just creating momentum to launch you to a place where you couldn't have fathomed in your mind. And then we deal with the essential elements of how time operates in your life. Watch this. Oh my goodness. Come on, this is a good time to hit that share button. This is a perfect time to let somebody know what's going on in the truth session. I see you, the one, T Swin. Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast. Turning. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Dropped it on it. It's working for you. Come on, hit it real quick, Prince of Peace.
Draw your line. It's working for you. Go on and draw your line. It's working for you. Gather your protons, your neutrons, your electrons, and draw your line.
Yeah.
Cause it's working for you. Gonna work for you. It better work for you. Gotta work for you. Nobody but you.
Come on.
Make it work for you. It's working for you. It's only you. Nobody but you. It's you.
All right, another shout out to Queen Ebony. Black Moses Freedom Festival, June 6th through the 8th in Beaufort, South Carolina. That's right, and the one will be taking part in that as well. Listen, as you see, he's doing a lot of things. A lot is going on. And what we're showing you that it's working for you because the connections are being made. That's right, the connections are being made. People are calling, people are requesting. And I promise you we're doing this for you. Oh, it's working just for you. Greetings, greetings. Out of Chi-Town. Dominica Jones up in the house. What's going on? Oh, here we go. Watch this. Dealing with those principles that's connecting. I want to connect the dots real quickly. And like I said, I'm going to get you out of here. Talking about the human brain. We know it's made up of chemical. It's a chemical and electrical makeup. And that it processes information through neurons and neurotransmitters. We've talked about that. And also electrical impulses. We know that. Sometimes our brains short circuit. Sometimes it's just, that's the electrical aspect of it. But that's directly connected to quantum mechanics. Quantum coherence. Remember we talked about that. The level of coherence in our brain. The level of coherence that actually takes place when we bring all of these quantum concepts together. And you got to remember, I'm dealing with the brain right now. I'm dealing with the mind because if you can't see it, if you can't fathom it, you won't operate in it. So I'm showing you that you're not restricted by time. You're not restricted by negative energy of someone else. Oh, talk to me. You're not restricted by that. but you're directly connected to quantum principles, which means you have the ability to move, to jump, to appear, to operate in different realms. That's right, you have the ability to operate in different realms with ease. I also talked about this. Penrose talking about how consciousness emerges from the ability to be coherent. Even in collapsed states, again, like I shared with you, temperatures up and down here, 80 degrees in South Kakalaki, 40 in one day, 39 the next day. Sinuses draining a little bit. But watch this. The brain functions as a computer, or the computer functions as a brain. And what it's doing is connecting quantum pieces, quantum mechanics, showing you how. And let me just say this, and the one even talked about this years ago, how the computers are going to start communicating without our help, without writing additional programs. It's happening right now. Software merging, communicating. Well, we've been doing it all along. Our foreparents used to think a thing, send energy. Other parents would pick it up. Other relatives would pick it up. Great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother would think a thing. Pick up something, something's going on. It was accurate. Well, computers are communicating like that right now. That's all quantum energy. But watch this. Quantum tunneling and synaptic transmission. So you have to look at it. I talked about this quantum tunneling, how we have the ability to bore through things without tearing up the structure of it, the integrity of it. That's exactly what we do on a daily basis. We cut through things. Sometimes we cut to the chase. We hit it dead on. And it's all connected to time. We bore through to get to a place. Sometimes things have to happen right now in order for next week to work. That's boring through. But watch this. Quantum tunneling could allow ions and neurotransmitters to cross synapses, firing in the brain. And they do it efficiently and effectively outside of what classical mechanics has given us. See, that's happening in our protons and neutrons and electrons. That's happening in us. And so I connected it to the brain because you've got to understand that it is happening. And you've got to make the connections. You've got to give it a best line of fit. Oh, best line of fit.
It's working for you.
Huh. I'm telling you, it is working for you.
It's working for you.
Yes, indeed.
It's working for you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Huh. Watch this. Wave particles, duality, and neuroactivity. So when you look at quantum principles, carbon-12, oh my goodness, energy, time, they act with duality, which means they can function as a wave or a particle. But when you're looking at carbon-12, something heavy and weighty, guess what? It's not supposed to function with that duality and have the ability to tunnel. So you have to see that light does that. Light functions as a particle and a wave, which means it has the ability to bore through and to cut through. But our makeup, our carbon-12 makeup, oh my goodness, its heavy weightiness, it functions just like light penetrating through an object, boring through an object. So what that means, that tells me that we function like quantum particles. waves, particles, light. They all function with duality. Look at this. The brain's electrical activity follows wave-like behaviors, EEG waves. They may be linked to what? Quantum wave functions. That's deep. Same synchronization, same oscillation, same movement. So we're seeing that same movement in all of these connections. We've talked about it in energy. We've talked about it in time. We've talked about it with quantum principles. It's operating in the same fashion. Watch this. I'm going to jump to the end and then come back because there's some notes I want to connect. Watch this. This is what I wrote. The human brain is not just a classical machine, but a quantum biological processor. Excuse me, you all. Let me take a quick station identification break.
Who is working? Yes, it's working.
Clear my sinuses.
Who is working? Working for you. It's working for you.
It's working for you.
That'll work for you.
It'll work for you.
Gotta work for you.
Gotta work.
'Cause that's what you told it to do.
I told it to do.
You said.
Oh yeah, watch this, everybody. The human brain is not just a classical machine, but a quantum biological process that integrates carbon-12 based molecular structures, quantum energy processes, time perception, and management and heat management. Whether quantum mechanics play a direct role in consciousness, it influences brain function, energy efficiency, and perception. So all of this plays a part in perception. And one of our roundtable discussion, one of the things that Prince of Peace said is when you saw it, at the moment you saw it, when you perceived it, when you can connect it, when you can perceive it, it starts to happen for you at a greater level. So what you don't want to do is to have everything just happen by happenstance. It just all of a sudden manifested and you don't know how it manifested. What you want to do is have the ability to perceive, connect the dots. So those are the quantum connections. Now, I'm going to walk it back just a little bit. Watch this. Or walk backwards to get this. This is from, watch this, Science Daily. www.sciencedaily.com. It says carbon atoms can not only behave like, now watch this, this is you and I. Carbon atoms can not only behave like particles, but also like waves. New evidence shows. This quantum mechanical property is well known for light. I mentioned that earlier. It's well known for light. But here now we have carbon atoms functioning like light. All have the ability to penetrate. Have deep, penetrating mental discernment. Come on, somebody. The brain having the ability to discern. To separate thoroughly or to divide completely. Having the ability to operate like light. So you and I have the ability to operate like light because we are light. What do you think? Thought is pure light, pure energy. Oh my goodness. So now we see that quantum mechanical properties is well known for light particles such as electrons or hydrogen atoms. However, researchers have only rarely observed the wave particle duality for heavy atoms. For heavy atoms. Come on, somebody. Heavy carbon atoms. Heavy carbon atoms. Watch this. Heavy at Rural University. I'm bringing information, put some information on it. Wolfram Sanders undertakes research in the cluster of excellence, where he concerns himself with the reactions of solvents dissolved in molecules, having the ability to tunnel. We've been talking about this for a while now, having the ability to tunnel through. The ability not to stay stagnant, but having the ability to tunnel through. That's what we can do mentally. That's what we can do spiritually. We don't have to stay in a certain state. Oh. Let me take a moment here. Check this timeline once again. Listen, if you have not had an opportunity to make a donation to the Truth Session, please do so right now. And if you believe that it's working together for you, come on and put a 1 on the timeline for me. Just stop and take a moment and put a 1 on the timeline if it is working for you. Priestess Lavelle in the house, what's going on?
It's working for you.
Come on. Put that 1 on the timeline if it's working for you.
It's working for you. It's working for you.
Come on, yes indeed, yes indeed. Yeah. All right, thank you to those who participated. Participated on the timeline. Yes. Let me give you this one other concept, and we're going to get out of here. Yes, it is, Prince of Peace. No matter what it looks like, it's working for you. Oh yeah, it's working. Watch this. No matter what it looks like. See, it's doing its job. It's designed to look like that. It's supposed to look like it's not working for you. It's supposed to look like everything is falling down around you and that it'll never get fixed. It's supposed to do that. It's doing its job. I remember the one said something very powerful. Even death tries to live. That's its assignment, to try to live, although it is death. And I quote death. We know there's no concept of death. It's transitioning to the next plane, but for argument's sake, even death tries to live because that's his purpose. That's his assignment, to try to live out his purpose. Oh my goodness. I know that's kind of deep,
Working for
but it's working for you. Huh. Watch this. The brain's relationship to time. Time is a fundamental concept in neuroscience and in physics. That's foundational. The brain does not experience time linearly. Look at that. But constructs its base on sensory input and memory. On sensory input and memory. That's how the brain creates time. It doesn't experience it linearly. Wow. That's deep. Some studies suggest that quantum entanglement, there it is, we've been talking about quantum entanglement, may influence how the brain processes temporal sequences. Wow. Let me read that again. Some studies suggest that quantum entanglement may influence how the brain processes temporal sequences. That's heavy. Last piece. The brain as a time machine. Uh-oh. See, that's tapping it right into where the one is going. But read this little piece for you. The brain constantly predicts the future based on past experiences. A process that resembles, watch this, quantum probability distribution. So we've been talking about quantum probability. So naturally the brain predicts the future based on past experience. It has the ability to go back, make an analysis and a synthesis, an evaluation, come back and predict what the future's supposed to be. Sounds like quantum entanglement to me. Finally, quantum mechanics suggests that the past and future exist in a superposition until measured. Wow. That's, again, sounds like quantum movement. Talking about time and location until measured. It exists in a superposition. So now, past and future. That's why you can go in and out of it. Because it's not on this base where you got to move forward and continue moving forward. And then linearly move backwards. It doesn't operate like that. It's similar to how the brain synthesizes events before deciding an action. I'm showing you that all these dots we've been talking about has been giving you the best line of fit because it sees information on this level. It experiences information on this level. And it continues to trend. When you connecting the dots, it's trending in a positive direction so that you can make the proper assessment. It's recognizing truth all along the way. It's dispelling the outliers and it's hanging on to truth. It's making the quantum leap. And the only way those particles and principles can go to that next quantum area is that it's supposed to be there. That which is supposed to be there will make the quantum leap. Which means, as you follow on to know, it's going to work together for you. It's going to make things happen for you. The one has been telling us this for a long time. Some took heed to it. Some jumped ship. Some thought the other ship was better. Yeah. It was the image of a ship that was out there in the ocean. Somewhere on the ocean. Yeah. But what I'm sharing with you that this has been rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. for a very long time.
It's gonna work.
Listen, once again, we want to thank you for being a part of the truth session where your thoughts really matter, really count.
It's gonna work.
Of course, again, I am the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker. It's always a pleasure, always an honor being in the captain's seat for the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander.
Oh, yes.
I leave you with this.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
It's working together for you.
It's working together for you. Oh, yes.
Hold what you got.
Hold what you got.
Muse over it.
Muse upon it.
Cogitate upon
Cogitate upon
it.
it.
Ponder over it.
Ponder over
But by all means, govern yourselves accordingly.
covering yourself.
And until next truth session, Shalom Aleichem. Mishnah.